Hello YouTube and welcome to Katrinka LOL. And today I wanted to talk about something that I had seen on the internet, which I found to be very interesting and yet disturbing. And this is, here's the video on YouTube. It's leading U.S. doctor says he won't get treatment if he gets cancer after 75. So he wrote an article for the Atlantic magazine, which was published, and so I watched the video, and his argument is that you have to live a full life after the age of 75, or maybe it's not worth continuing, or is that what he's saying? Because that to me is just very, very disturbing, and also it's a slippery slope. Now, we talked about and discussed and studied the slippery slope in nursing school, and that is you start out with an idea, and it kind of slides down the hill into a dystopia. And here's an example, which I'll show you. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a new idea that comes in, something that's floated, which is being floated by this person, and then it becomes accepted. Now, I looked in the comments of the video and was horrified to see that most of the people were like, yeah, this sounds pretty good, yeah. And then after that, it's expected, and then it becomes law. So actually, we're seeing something like that becoming law in some parts of the world as we speak. So this, obviously I don't agree with this position that this doctor is taking. You know, he can do with his life as he wishes, but foisting that idea onto the general public, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. All right, so that got me to thinking about ageism, and I got to thinking about that, and you know, looked up a few little research items on that. And so here, I think that this particular idea that's being floated could fall under the category of ageism, because it is directed at old people. So I'm approaching that status, so I guess I'm interested in it. So here's some ideas that I found, and from an ageism fact sheet, and I'll link everything in the description box below. The number of Americans aged 65 and older is projected to more than double, from 46 million in 2016 to over 98 million by 2060. So education levels are increasing. In 1965, only 5% had completed a bachelor's degree or more among people that are 65. By 2014, this share had risen to 25%. Average life expectancy in the U.S. increased from 68 years in 1950 to 79 years in 2013, in large part due to the reduction in mortality in older ages. The poverty rate for Americans aged 65 and older has dropped sharply during the past 50 years, from nearly 30% in 1966 to 10% today. So it appears that they're better off. So, you know, that's important. Okay, so then it went into what is ageism. Robert Butler, a psychiatrist and strong advocate for older adults, was the first person to coin the term ageism in 1969. And let's go to Wikipedia on this. The term was coined in 1969 to describe discrimination against the elderly, patterned on the terminology of sexism and racism. He defined ageism as a combination of three connected elements: negative attitudes toward old age and the aging process, discriminatory practices against older people, and institutional practices and policies that perpetuate stereotypes about elderly people. So, so its impact, and I'm not reading this entire thing from the Ageism fact sheet because it's several pages, but ageism, like racism and sexism, becomes institutionalized, affecting hiring decisions, medical care, and social policy. Societal norms marginalize older people, treat them with disrespect, and make them feel unwelcome. Older people are generalized as being all the same. And I don't think that we're all the same, just like a person of any age. Not one person is the same as another. So let's look, let's move on here onto examples of ageism. Okay, and this is from the Star Tribune. Here are 12 that happen every day. Some examples of ageist speech and behavior that are so common and in many cases well-meaning. You might not think much about it because it's in our everyday fabric. Okay, here's one. Birthday parties featuring black balloons and crepe paper and cards that make fun of getting old and joke gifts about aging. You know, the old fart thing. Okay. Anti-aging products and services. I wouldn't have thought that one. That was a surprise to me. Praising older people by comparing them to younger ones. You look good for your age. You're young at heart. Or inside, I feel 30 years younger. Or, you know, things like, well, I don't feel like I'm this age. I feel like I'm still 25 or whatever. You're still, and insert the activity, you're still dancing, going to the gym, you know, or wearing nice clothes or whatever. And also here's one. If I had forgetfulness, I would say, oh, senior moment, you know, without thinking, you know. Doctors, waiters, and others directing comments about an older person at a younger companion or child of the older person. So I guess one way to handle that is, you know, say, she's right here, you know, kind of thing. Healthcare and social service providers who patronize older people. Patronizing language. Now this one I hadn't thought of. Sweetie, dear, honey, you know, cutie, kind of thing. Thinking that older people doing things associated with younger people is adorable or surprising. All right, so here we already mentioned this one, name calling. Geezer, old fart, little old lady, old bag, you know, that kind of thing. So, also lying about your age for fear of negative perceptions. We're saying that I'm still 21, but for the 21st time or whatever. Assuming that young people are computer geniuses and older people are technologically inept. So those are the Those are the 12 things in this article, and I'll link this article also. So let's see if I have any other information here about the ageism. Oh yeah, here we go. From the American Psychological Association. Ageism is one of the last socially acceptable prejudices. Psychologists are working to change that. So they define ageism as discrimination against older people because of negative and inaccurate stereotypes. And we don't even notice it because it's in the fabric, like I said before. So they go on to say that it has a host of negative effects for people's physical and mental well-being and society as a whole. So I will link this article so that you can read it yourself. But the negative, here's another important point. The negative view of late life isn't just false, it's dangerous. The narrative that age is decline, age is burden, hurts everyone, individuals, families, communities, and society. Some older adults do need support, but mostly they're giving it. So they make important contributions. So that's just a short step into this topic that I wanted to bring forth because of this slippery slope that I read about from this doctor that's talking about age 75 specifically. So I hope you found this interesting, and I hope that you'll find the articles that I linked to interesting as well. And let me know in the comments if you've experienced any of this, and I'll see you in the next video.